Welcome to Faust, Unraveling the Great Enigma. I am your host, Rebecca Budd. Thank you for joining me once again as we continue our journey through Goethe's great drama. In the previous episode, we remained on human ground. We listened as the manager fretted about the crowd. The poet longed for refuge, and the merry fellow urged us toward joy and spontaneity. The theater was familiar. The questions were recognizable. We could see ourselves in all three voices. But Goethe is not content to let us linger in the comfort of the ordinary. With no warning at all, he tears open the curtain of our earthly perspective. Suddenly, we are no longer in the theater. We are no longer in the world of anticipation and applause. We are lifted into the immeasurable expanse of heaven. And the first voice we hear is Raphael, whose hymn shimmers with cosmic radiance. The sun orb sings in emulation, mid brother spheres, his ancient round. His path predestined through creation, he ends with step of thunder sound. The angels from his visage splendid draw power whose measures none can say. The lofty works, uncomprehended, are bright as on the earliest day. This is not poetry meant to explain. It is poetry meant to awaken. When I hear Raphael's words, I am overcome by a great awe. These lines remind me that the universe is not indifferent. It moves with purpose and harmony, even when we do not see it. And for a moment, I feel myself a part of this magnificent drama, not standing outside it, not trying to decipher it from a distance, but held within its rhythm. This is why Goethe opens the heavens to us. He lifts our gaze from the turmoil of daily life and invites us to remember that we belong to a greater whole. Before we look at the sorrow of Faust, Goethe asks us to step into wonder. Before we face human confusion, he offers us the music of creation. It is awe that prepares the way for understanding. It is belonging that prepares the way for yearning. The angels continue their hymn. Gabriel describing the earth's ceaseless turning. Michael evoking the storms and flames that shape our world. Together they show us a universe alive with energy, rhythm, and divine intention. But Goethe does not let us remain in this radiant harmony. Into the shimmering order of heaven steps a voice that does not sing at all, Mephistopheles. His words cut through the angelic hymns with sharp clarity. Quote, "How men torment themselves, it all I've noted. The little god or the world sticks to the same old way, and is as whimsical as on creation's day. Life somewhat better might content him, but for the gleam of heavenly light which thou hast lent him, he calls it reason, thence his powers increased, to be far beastlier than any beast." This is not the devil of fire and thunder. This is the critic of creation, where the angels see harmony, Mephistopheles sees contradiction. Where they see splendor, he sees folly. Where they speak of order, he speaks of restlessness. And Goethe wants us to hear both voices, because Faust will live between them. Why does Goethe show us heaven before we ever meet Faust? Because he wants us to understand the scale of the drama. The human ache for meaning does not exist in isolation. It is part of a cosmic tension between striving and harmony, longing and limit, yearning and confusion. The angels reveal what we sense but cannot grasp. Mephistopheles reveals what we resist but cannot deny. And Faust will carry both within him. Before we stand beside him in his study, Goethe places us in the very highest realm to show how small we are and how immense the human spirit can become. As we close today's episode, I invite you to hold a question that moves us gently toward Faust himself. Where in your own life do you feel the tension between the longing for something higher and the limits of being human? It is in this tension that Faust lives. It is in this longing that his journey begins. And it is here, in the shared ache of flesh and spirit, that we will meet him next. Until next time, may you remember that you are part of this magnificent drama. I am Rebecca Budd, and this is Faust, Unraveling the Great Enigma.